What's up, planet Earth? Hollywood here on today's episode of Hollywood's Shakespeare Sunday. Romeo and Juliet, Act 1, Scene 4. Scene 4, a street. Enter Romeo, Mercutio, Benvolio, with 5 or 6 maskers, torchbearers, and others. What shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without a apology? The date is out of such proximity, we'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing a Tartar's painted bow of lath, scarring the ladies like a crow keeper, nor no without book prologue faintly spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will, we'll measure them a measure and be gone. Give me a torch, I am not for this ambling, being but heavy I will bear the light. Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance. Not I. Believe me, you have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move. You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound. I am to soar, and pierced with this shaft, to soar with his light feathers, and so bound. I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink, and to sink in it, should you burden love? Too great oppression for a tender thing? Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like the thorn. If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for prickling, and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in, a visor for a visor. What I care I, what curious eye doth quote deformities? Here are the beetle bars shall blush for me. Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man betake him to his legs. A torch for me, let wantons light of heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels, for I am proverbed with a grandshire phrase, I'll be candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done. Tut, done's the mouse, the constable's own words. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire of this Sir Reverence love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears came we burn daylight. Oh, nay, that's not so, Joe. I mean, sir, in delay, we waste our lights in vain like lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times in that ear once in 5 wits, and we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go. Why, may one ask? I dreamed a dream tonight, and so did it I. Well, what was yours? The dreamer often lie in bed asleep, while they do dream things true. Oh then, I see Queen Mob hath been with you. She is the fairies' midwife, and she comes in shapes no bigger than the agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spoke made of long spider legs to cover the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider webs, the collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bones, the lash of film, her wagoneer of small gray-coated gnat, not so big as round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of maid. Her chariot is an empty hazel nut, made by the joiner's squirrel of an old grub. Time out, O mind, fairies, coachmakers. And this is state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. O'er courtiers' knees that dream of the courtesies, straight o'er lawyers' fingers, who straight dreams on fees o'er ladies' lips, who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry mob of blisters plagues, because their breaths and sweet makers tainted are. Sometimes she gallops o'er at a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. And sometimes comes she with a little pig's tail tickling a parson's nose, as a lies sheeps, then dreams of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, Spanish blades of heath 5 fathom deep, and then Anon dreams in his ears, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that of mob that plats the manes of horses in the night and blakes the efflux of foul sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bodies is the hag. When maids lie on the backs that presses them and learns from first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she. Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkest of nothing. True, I talk of dream, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is the thin of substance as the air, and more inconsistent than the wind who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew dropping south. This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late. I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequences yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin this fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steereth of my course direct my sail on lusty gentlemen. Strike, drum. That's it for today's show. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment below. Share this with everybody that you know. And as always, subscribe.